Hello, second graders. Welcome to a new social study lesson. Please get your book, Exploring Who We Are, and let's start. We start in chapter 1, things that happened long ago, and we're talking about and learning lesson 2, how our family is part of our community. So open your book, page 14. In this chapter, you will learn how families live together in a community, and then you're going to learn about how families are part of a community. So if you look at this picture, we can tell that we're looking at the picture of family members. We see the grandma, we see the grandchild, and we see the daughter. So we are going to use this information to explore how families live and share together in a community. We also will be learning about families in a community will help each other and how they will become a part of the community. If we look closely to the picture, you will find clues tell you that these people are part of a family that probably their eye color, they're brown and dark, maybe the skin color, maybe their hair color as well. So we can see that many kind of families, they are making the communities, people living together, group of people live together, work together, and share some traditional or culture that they create a community or make a community. So let's go for next page. All right. Families. Do all families look alike? No, some are pretty large. Some have grandma in the house, and she is the one in charge. Do all our families sound alike? No, some are rather loud. Some are quiet and very calm. No shouts or yells allowed. Do all our families play alike? No, some ride bikes or run. Some play games and some jump ropes or play guitars or for fun. Then, how are families all alike? They all have lots of love. They live in our communities and share the things they are proud of. So probably they're different, as we see in the pictures. We have different members, different places. People have pets. People probably don't have many pets, or they don't like to have pets, or their pets are different. But they all share one thing, that they live together, they love each other, and they are in one community. So look at the title. What do you think of this poem will be about? Of course, about families. So we're circling the word about families, because in this picture and this poem, we are learning about families. They're alike in some part, but they're different. Some are big, like I see 5, 6 of a member of the family, and some only 2 or 3. Some have pets, some don't have pets. Some are loud, some are calm, but they all share one thing, that they care about each other. Underline clues that tell you who are the people in the family. So if you look here, you can see that we talk about grandma. We talk about also children. Okay, what do all families have? They all have lots of love. So it's right here on page 17. And so where do you see families? We see families everywhere. You can see them in a park, you can see them in a restaurant, you can see them even in a school, that the grandma is speaking your friends or dad or mom. All right, let's go to that part on page 17. Find evidence, find clues. Reread parts of the poem that are about how families are different. Underline the words that shows how families are the same. So if we read and it says they're different, but we find out they are the same, they all live in our communities. So we talk about things that you're proud of. Yeah, that your grandma and your grandpa probably living with you, or maybe they're living in a different city or different state or even a different country. You might be proud that you have four or three or four siblings, brothers and sisters, or maybe you'll be the only child now, but later on you might have siblings. You might have a cat or fish or a turtle or bird, or maybe you don't have any pet. So families are alike in a way that they love each other and then they live in communities, but also different that some, as we say, loud, some are calm, some are like to do activity, outdoor activity, some playing music, some probably like to do outdoor camping, and some like to visit stores and watch a movie or playing games together. Okay, let's turn our page. All right, page 18. Explore the main idea. Remember, the main idea, it's what's the topic about, what's the story about, what's the lesson about. So the main idea is what mostly the text about, or what we're talking about. Over here, we're talking about families and are they alike and how they're different. So that's the main idea or the main topic. The supporting details give examples or tell more about the main ideas. So supporting details, that's more information to explain the main idea as we talked about. Read the poem all the way through. Reread the text and look for what the poem is mostly about. We know that the main idea is families and what are they like and how they are different. Now, ask yourself, do these details explain the main ideas? Yes, because they're giving you more information. So some of the details we know that some families look different. Some families sounds different, like they're loud or they're calm. And some families play different. So they play differently game. Either they play outdoor or they play games or they jog or ride a bike. And then details also that all the families love and share. So this is the details. Can go back to the poem and you can get it as we say here. Some families look different. Some family even play different games. Some families sounds different, that either loud or calmer, and some, but we know that all families love and share. All right, let's see. We're gonna read on our researching companion book, and that will help us to get more details about families are part of our community. All right, how are families part of a community? Families live in a community. Family lives side by side in a community. They celebrate side by side too. Older members of a family tell how things have changed since they were young. As families grow, community grow too. So as you see here, this is a grandpa and a grandma. These are the mom and the dad, and these are the children. So if the grandpa and the grandma tell something happened long ago, or talk about celebrating special event or a special occasion long ago, they might be having some different changes. So that's when we also learn, as we learn our chapter for this week or for this 2 weeks, it's today and long ago. So this is also a way of learning about how things was done long ago. So we see them part of the community. They're outside entertaining each other and having fun. Families share traditions. Traditions makes families special. Families share traditions. A tradition is a special way of doing something that is passed down over time. Yuki learned to use chopsticks from his father. Yuki's fathers learned from his mother, who moved from Japan. They eat many different foods with the chopsticks. They cook together. Two, making rice balls is another fun traditional in Newkies families. So this is a traditional that something passed from long ago from the family, and they are repeating it. So as an example in our picture here, that a Japanese family moved long ago, and now the child can use the chopsticks because his dad taught him how to use it, and his dad learned from his mom long ago when he was a child. Also, they have a special dish that they like to eat together. A tradition can be something special you eat or something special you wear. These traditions can be shared with others in the community. Ella and her friends dance in clogs at a community festival. The festival celebrates springs. Ella's clogs are almost like the clogs her grandmother wore long ago in Netherlands. So this is something that people do. Tradition could be also a way of celebrate food or clothes to wear. And as we see, these clogs kids wear, that Ella learned, and she get this idea or celebrating springs that almost the way her grandmother did long ago. Okay, go back to primary source, what we covered in the previous lesson. This photograph is a primary source. It helps Ella see what children in Netherlands looked like long ago. So this is a traditional clothes for Netherlands people long ago that Ella, when she look at the picture, she knows that, yeah, they used to wear this clothes and this cloth. All right, families share culture. Families share their culture. Culture is the way a group of people live, including their food, music, and traditions. So many families have more than one culture, as we see in the Mexican traditional clothes, part of the traditional that in certain part of Mexico, they have special music, special clothes, and even special food. Ayana loves to hear a good story. In West Africa, it's a tradition for stories to be told in a village by griots or storytellers. Today, families from West Africa continue that traditions. Ayana's grandfather is a griot. He shares stories with Ayana's class. So as we see, this is like show and tell. People coming from different culture, different part of the world, they have different tradition and different culture, and they explain and show other friends how things done in their country. So as we see here from West Africa, exactly like when we see the families from Mexico, that they come with their different clothes, different food, and different music. So we learn more about it. So that's culture. Okay, over here, around the world, celebrating traditions. Holidays often include traditions that are passed down from long ago. Many places celebrate the New Year.